Let's start with this breaking news in the Trump Mar-a-Lago case. I know it's hard to keep them all straight, but this one, the prosecution's probably got the easiest lift. Okay, why? Because he had the documents. The Presidential Records Act doesn't apply to this situation. Doesn't matter what people tell you. It does not apply. It's about when you're in office, when you're transitioning out, not this length of time afterwards. Does it have to be a criminal action? No, we're not used to seeing this, but here we are. One of Trump's longtime assistants testified to federal investigators that the former president repeatedly wrote to-do lists for her on White House documents that were marked classified. I mean, I have to laugh. I have to laugh. This is just crazy. Now, as irresponsible as it is it a crime? Is it evidence of mishandling? Let's bring in former federal prosecutor Renato Mariotti. And just to reset the table for people, boy, is this embarrassing looking at your beard and then looking at mine, by the way. But just to reset the table for people, Renato, people who say, look, this is just a Presidential Records Act issue and nothing like this would ever and never has been criminally pursued, let alone against a former president. Response?
We've never had a situation where a former president not only deliberately kept classified documents, but then didn't return them when there was a subpoena that was issued for that information. So that's really the issue here. That's what's gotten Trump in so much trouble. And I think this is yet another very colorful piece of evidence, just like those photos you just showed, that is really going to bring the matter, I think, to the forefront for a jury.
Now, which way does this cut? Because obviously the prosecution will use it as proof that he didn't handle classified documents the way you're supposed to. But couldn't the defense say that it is also proof that he didn't think he had anything special because he was using it as scratch paper?
I don't know. You know, you could say the same thing. The defense could argue that by keeping him in the bathroom, that he didn't think there was anything to them. I have to say, it really speaks for itself. And I think that the viewers at home are going to use the same level of common sense that the jurors are going to use here. And it's just very hard to understand why anyone would be using classified documents as scratch paper or storing them in your bathroom. When I was a federal prosecutor, of course, you keep them in a safe or you view them in the SCIF. Everyone understands you have to treat classified documents with some level of care. I think this is a very difficult one to explain away. And that's why you said, I think a moment ago, Chris, that prosecutors have the lightest lift on this one. And I think this is, further proof as to why that is.
How compromised is somebody who turns state's evidence essentially to help themselves? In the mind of the public, the jury, you guys have to handle it all the time to rehabilitate why somebody's turning, what kind of deal they were offered. There's a whole script that both sides follow at a trial. But in the court of public opinion, oh, yeah, you're only saying this because this is how you get your own hiney out of the fire.
I think that's going to be the case for some of these people who flip, like the IT guy who was allegedly asked to delete evidence. But boy, the note taker, his assistant, I think it's going to be very hard for Trump's attorneys to be attacking some young woman who is acting as an assistant. It's just going to look like you're punching down on somebody who really doesn't have much of an agenda at all. I think that's a very, very powerful witness for the government.
Do you believe that this moves the needle in a material way in this prosecution, or is it an incremental?
I think it may be incremental. It's a significant piece of evidence. You know the way I think of it, Chris? If you remember from the Paul Manafort trial, what is the piece of evidence you most remember from that trial? Probably the ostrich jacket that the guy wore, like some of the more colorful pieces of evidence rather than the most important ones. This one, just like those photos from the bathroom and the ballroom that we looked at a moment ago, are going to be the pieces of evidence that the jury remembers the most.
Is there any legitimate basis for the judge to throw this case out?
Boy, I don't see any basis for her to throw it out. If she does, it's going to have to be in a circumstance where it's very hard to appeal, because I don't see, there are circumstances where she could do it. She could actually do it in the middle of trial without it being reviewable. But boy, right after the close of the government's case, but I have to say, there's very hard for me to see, unless the government does something untoward during the trial, something that's problematic during the trial. I don't see how she could get rid of it.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.